At some point, you notice something strange? You are doing everything right. Working longer hours, skipping luxuries, being careful with money, and yet your life feels more expensive every year. Not richer, not easier, just heavier. Here's the part nobody tells you. If you were born into this economy, in this part of the world, during this decade, you were never meant to catch up. Not because you were weak, but because the rules changed quietly. In school, they taught you a simple formula. Work hard, save money, wait patiently. That formula worked once, but the economy you live in now doesn't reward waiting, it punishes Italiano. While your salary inches forward, prices don't walk, they sprint. Rent rises without asking. Food adjusts weekly. Education, healthcare, energy, all recalculated upward. You feel responsible for failing to keep pace, but no one explains why the finish line keeps moving. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money does not enter the economy evenly. It enters through banks, corporations, markets, and governments, through people who already have leverage. By the time it reaches wages, its power is already done. In wealthy countries, this creates frustration. In the global south, it creates exhaustion. You work in currencies that weaken. You save in systems that leak value. You compete in a global market priced in someone else's advantage. This is not bad luck. It is structural delay. You've been told this is about discipline. Cut expenses. Be grateful. Don't compare yourself. But discipline cannot defeat a risk. If inflation rises faster than your income, discipline becomes sacrifice without progress. If assets climb while wages crawl, saving becomes a slow erosion. You are not irresponsible. You are operating inside a system that transfers pressure downward and calls it character building. This is where the damage becomes invisible. You blame yourself, you overwork, you postpone life, marriage later, children later, rest later, leaving later. The system doesn't need to break you financially. It only needs to keep you busy enough not to question it. Tired people don't rebel. They normalize survival. But here is what changes everything. Once you understand that this is not a personal race, you stop running blindly. You stop measuring success by effort alone. You stop mistaking stability for safety. You stop assuming patience will be rewarded automatically. You begin thinking in terms of positioning, not just income. Where does money move first? What protects value over time? What skills travel across borders? What assets do not depend on one employer, one currency, one country? These questions don't make you rich overnight. They make you harder to trap. The truth is uncomfortable. The system was not designed for fairness. It was designed for momentum. But awareness changes your trajectory. You may not control the economy, but you can stop letting it confuse effort with progress. And the moment you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What forces am I standing inside?" you stop shrinking. You start seeing exits quietly, slowly, deliberately.